little shout. I can hear you in the call.
They're getting even tougher.
Hi, guys.
Zero tolerance. Drug impairment will apply to all drivers. If you're caught, your vehicle will be seized and your license suspended immediately at roadside. Visit sgi.sk.ca to learn more. And remember, it's never okay to drive.
Hey, Carla. Hang on 1 second here. Hi, Carla. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Terry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great. Let me just see if I can find Janet here.
Good.
Let me just see here. How is everybody this evening for Monday, August 20th?
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Just got home, so.
There's Janet. I found you.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
Let me just see. I can hear you.
Perfect. I can hear you.
Okay, good. I can hear you both.
Good stuff. So there's Jean. I can see Jean on. You guys all should have the ability to mute your own mic, but I'm going to keep an eye on it tonight, and we'll try to keep you keep it kind of quiet in the background because we're going to have two people talking tonight. So welcome everybody to our Monday night training call for August 20th. Wow, what an amazing weekend. What an amazing weekend of training. What did you think, Carla and Janet?
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was most amazing training. So worth going. Great to see everybody.
Absolutely. Very, very knowledgeable. Learned a lot. It was great to meet everybody in head office, and listening to Dr. DeBrincat and Dr. Working was amazing. It was great to meet them all. Very inspirational.
Yeah,
took a lot home from it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that we all did. I think that certainly we learned about the man Dr. Mark and the man Dr. Working, and that they can have fun even despite their creds and being so amazing. And how was the Blues Brothers routine was phenomenal. And you ladies both were absolutely phenomenal to get up there and do what you guys did in front of, almost 400 people was so inspiring. And I just applaud you both so much for what an amazing job you did getting up there to, host the Sock and Soul party and share with everybody, the amazing amount of work you guys have put into initiating this program, and then of course having it adopted by, corporate, and sharing it with all the people at our training was just very, very phenomenal. And I'm very grateful for it myself. So thank you so much. And I thought it would be important tonight. I'm coming to you from my fishing lodge in northern Quebec because I got done on Sunday and went right home and drove home, and after we unloaded all the stuff from the show back at the office, and then drove home to my house, which was an hour in the wrong direction, and then turned around and drove 6 hours north again. So I had a long day of driving yesterday, but I was really excited, and I thought it would be really important as we spoke, Carla. And I didn't get a chance to chat to Janet. So Janet, you snuck away. So I talked to Carla and said, what do you guys think about doing just a recap on the Sock and Soul party? Because I know that we've all seen successes in our Sock and Soul parties, and those that have done, Sock and Sip, whatever you want to call it, Sock and Soul, Wine and Dine, Information at 9, whatever you want to call it. We've all seen the results of our businesses grow with regards to sharing this information in the comfort of your home. And you guys just did an absolutely wonderful job putting that together. And how did you feel? I think you guys did an amazing job. How did you feel after it was done? Did you feel like you were sort of out of your comfort zone a little bit? And because I thought you guys nailed it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it was out of my comfort zone for sure. But you know what? It was, I was honored to be able to go up there and do that and challenge myself to get out of that comfort zone.
Sure.
I know I felt maybe we flubbed a little bit along the way, but hey, you know, it's all a learning process, and it just shows that we're real and we're up there and we're doing our best and we're taking that challenge on regardless of whether it goes exactly according to plan or not, right?
Exactly. And yeah, nerve wracking. And, you know, we kind of had a few little incidents, but what I appreciated so much was how many people came up afterwards and just thanked us for doing that and for making it real and really getting into the nitty gritty of Sock and Soul parties, because they felt like they really learned a lot and that was a valuable thing to learn and something they can use in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I got that feedback too. Everywhere I went, you guys were amazing. That was so wonderful. We learned so much from it. So, you know, it felt really good to be part of that.
Well, I don't
training.
think there was any flubbing at all. I think it was real. I think it was honest. It was informative. And for doing it in front of such a big crowd, I just applaud you guys. And I'm sure everybody on this call, especially those, you know, that were at the training, of course, applaud you. So I thought without further delay, what we would do tonight that might be kind of exciting was do a recap on sort of the main points of the Sock and Soul and the importance of Sock and Soul, and just sort of go through the main points and talk about what you guys demoed and did on the stage. And then maybe what we could do is we can open up the mic, because I'd really love to hear from those that were at the event as to what their takeaways were. You know, what inspired you the most? What did you take away from the event that really meant a lot to you and really feel that is something that's important to help you in moving your business forward, in sharing this amazing opportunity and this amazing technology that we have? So welcome, Janet and Carla. Without further ado, I thank you both, bless you both for doing what you do, and take it away, ladies. It's all yours.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the call tonight. We're going to talk to you a little bit about Boxlight Sock and Soul parties and how they're going to help improve your business, increase your revenue, help you build a team, develop a mindset for your team, and make your team more successful, and in turn, your business more successful. So what if we told you that you could make 100% return on investment right out of the gate? As soon as you started your Boxlight business, what would that mean to you? And oftentimes when we're starting a new business, it's because we need money and may not have a lot of money to invest in that new business. And that's where the Sock and Soul parties can change things for you, for your business, instantly. So if you want to be successful in this business, you must incorporate Sock and Soul parties. And we're going to tell you tonight how and why to do this. So that when we leave, you're not only going to be able to book some parties and host parties, but you're going to be able to train your team members and support your team members to do the same, which in turn will increase your income, and around we go. So they're simple, they're inexpensive, and require minimal time investment.
Yes, and the topics we're going to cover tonight, we're going to go through the slideshow that we did on Friday. So it's what is a Sock and Soul party? Why do a Sock and Soul party? How to set up a Sock and Soul party and where to find the resources. Who you want to invite to your Sock and Soul party. There's a Sock and Soul party checklist and the resources that are available to conduct a Sock and Soul party and what videos you can use. Also selling and wrapping up the party, and then of course follow-up. We learned a lot about follow-up on our training this weekend.
Yeah, we heard a lot of FU this weekend.
Yeah, there are a lot of FUs going on.
And the exciting acronym that it stands for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so what's a Sock and Soul party? Well, a Sock and Soul party can be a home party, a launch party. It can be in your own home. It can be for new product launch, someone else's home, in a business, a fitness center, a retirement home, or a senior gathering center, a campground, a golf course, splurge groups, and more. Anywhere you can gather a group of people.
Yeah, and remember, anyone can host a party. That's right. Associate, a family member, a friend, a client, a person you met at the gym, a grandparent, you name it.
Anyone. So we do have a suggested rewards platform, and that's found in the Sock and Soul guide.
And also, statistically from head office, we have been getting that your average Sock and Soul party sells over $600 in products. That's a 100% rate or a return of investment on a gold pack. I mean, where else can you earn that kind of an income?
That's right. So why do a sock and soul party? So a sock and soul party requires less time invested, about 3 or 4 hours in total to get set up to host your sock and soul party. Whereas a trade show sometimes, as we know, can take maybe 8 to 10 hours often, depending on travel as well. And with trade shows, there's booth fees. And at a sock and soul party, you may require less product on hand than at a trade show. And you do not need a lot of display items either for a sock and soul party.
It's a great way to kickstart your business and increase your earning potential. You start earning income right away. And like I mentioned earlier, up to 100% ROI at your very first party.
You can also build your confidence because you get to practice your presentation skills with people you are comfortable with. You have support from your upline, be it in person or have them zoom in to your party.
You have a captive audience that you can share Vox HPT with. Events can be very repetitive and tiring. With a sock and soul party, explaining the technology once to a group of people is much more rewarding with less effort. They came to the party because they are curious and interested to learn more about Vox Life HPT, whereas at a trade show, you have to talk to everyone and draw them into your booth. Participants are there to support the host as well. They have a vested interest in being there. If it is a launch party, they are there to support you and your new business venture.
It gives you the opportunity to discuss the Vox Life business opportunity with them as well as book parties and have time to get to know and connect with your clients in an intimate setting. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit later.
And it's easy to duplicate. As leaders, the step-by-step training material, questionnaires, invitation, videos, and resources are all available to you and every one of your associates. This makes it easy to teach and support your new associates to create consistency in the field and set them up for success. Leaders, take the time to ensure that you know and understand how to effect and support a sock and soul party. As leaders, here's a message that we ask that you emphasize to your downlines. Vox Life sock and soul parties are the most effective way to do business. This is a mindset that we need to create. Immediately offer to book a date with your associates to host a party. And make sure to add them to the Sock and Soul Facebook group.
So we need to lead by example and relay this information to our first line. And as leaders, we need to train our associates to repeat the same messaging to their first line and so on and so forth. So that Sock and Soul parties become a way of business for everyone.
Okay. And then how to set up a Sock and Soul party is our next slide here. So you want to download and read the resources from your Vox Life back office. Everything is in your resources tab under the Sock and Soul. It takes you step by step through facilitating a Sock and Soul party. Take the time to review the guidelines. They will walk you through the step by step of how to set up the party, how to facilitate the party, what to bring, what to say, and more. Vox Life has made it as easy as possible for you to be successful at your party.
That's right, and be prepared. So watch those videos, ask questions, learn how to do the demonstrations and how to explain the product properly, which is in the guide as well. And part of being professional is looking and sounding professional. Invest time in yourselves, and leaders, invest time in your associates by supporting and helping them to prepare.
And then set a date for your Sock and Soul party. It is important to solidify a date for the party, be it your own, your associate's launch party, or a client as soon as possible. People are busy and time goes by quickly, and before you know it, the party has not taken place. Get them while their interest is piqued. Open your calendar, pick a date together. Try to have the party as quickly as possible.
So if you're hosting your own party in your own home or a launch party, draw on family, friends, and coworkers. People you are comfortable speaking in front of, especially when you're first starting out. Physically make a list of names of people that you know. And before you know it, you'll likely have enough people to have a couple of parties.
Send out invitations and reminders as the event approaches. Invitations are available in your back office under the Resources tab, Sock and Soul Parties. They are professional looking and they come in a downloadable PDF format, so it can be modified by using the fill and sign option in PDF. Other options that you can do is you can print them and fill them out by hand, and after they're filled in, you can save them, print them, take a picture, share on social media, email them, hand them out, or put them in the mail. You have lots of options for getting those invitations out.
So when we're talking about buying product, we suggest that you take a gold pack, $600 worth to your party when able. But if you're not able to afford that, that's okay. Just take your launch kit and you can do some pre-paid orders for product that you do not have on hand. And as a leader, supporting your associates who may just be starting out by providing them with some inventory at their party is a good idea. We just recommend that you have an agreement before the party on how the inventory will be replaced.
Yes, and although we encourage you to try when possible to have inventory on hand, most people are familiar with home parties and understand that ordering their product is part of the process. Leaders, it is good business practice to have that conversation and make the replacement of inventory you have provided prior to the party so everyone is on the same page.
So sending out invites and reminders, as Janet was talking about earlier, there's many different ways to send out your invitations. So let everybody know that they're welcome to bring a guest to the party as well. And use the RSVP option. We recommend RSVPing about 24 hours before the party. And in that being said, it is imperative to send reminders because you know how busy people get. So follow up with your guests the day before or the morning of the party. And get excited. Say something to them like, I'm really excited to be sharing the Vox Life HPT with you at my party, and sincerely thank you for taking the time to coming and helping me with my Vox Life Wellness Revolution. Looking forward to seeing you at the party. And suggest that they arrive about 15 minutes beforehand when possible. If someone can only drop in for a short time, they're more than welcome to do so. And you can discuss with the host or hostess about having the option of keeping your party open for a week or more. So that way that people who cannot attend can still participate in the party. They can contact you as the associate directly, or if it's a launch party, that associate who's hosting the party to sort out what would be the best suited product for them.
Okay, and where you can find some of your Saucon and Soul resources. We have the Saucon and Soul Facebook group. This was created to share information and ideas about Saucon and Soul parties and how to make them part of your business. If you are currently part of this Facebook, if you are not, currently part of the group, it is called Vox Life Saucon and Soul Parties Independent Associates. As leaders in this industry, it is imperative that we lead by example. This means sharing our successes, including pictures, ideas, and stories, creating the mindset about doing these parties. Regular posts to the Saucon and Soul Facebook page create inspiration, awareness of this business option, motivation, and duplication. We know the more we see something, the more we are aware of the option and are inspired to do something ourselves. Adding all of your associates to this group immediately will get them excited about hosting their own party. Let's use this tool to create a buzz and help to take Saucon and Soul parties to a whole new level. Share your successes. Who doesn't want to see that, right?
That's right, Jana. I'm excited to get some pictures posted on there myself.
Yes.
So in the back office, under the resource tab, head office has done a great job making all of the materials available for you. So under resources, then you'll find the Saucon and Soul party, and under there you'll find the guides, the invitations, and questionnaires, and they can all be downloaded. You can save them, print them, share them. Everything is set up for you to make it as easy as possible. Yeah, there are 3 guides in the back office. There's the associate guide, the launch guide, and then the hosting guide. And they are just that. They're guidelines on how to prepare for and execute a Saucon and Soul party. The Saucon and Soul guidelines were developed to create consistency and ease of duplication among us. There are a few differences between the guides, so please ensure that you take the time to review them and the proper guide is used as required. The hosting guide is for a client who wants to host a party. Then we have the launch guide, which is a great guide for when you sign up an associate and you're there to help them launch their first party. And then the associate guide is for all associates to read and use. They give a suggested format and flow for the party, and they cover what to bring and what you will need. So with the questionnaire, we recommend handing out pens and questionnaires to the guests upon arrival to the party, and invite them to take some time to review it and to fill out the questionnaire while they wait. This will give them something to do while you welcome the other guests, wait for guests to arrive, or just finish touching up your little setup. It's also a bit of an icebreaker. I've found that oftentimes they start discussing amongst themselves the questions that are there for them. And the questionnaire kind of piques their curiosity and gets them thinking. If they haven't heard of Vox Life before and what Vox HPT can do, so what might this all be about? And never insist that somebody completes the questionnaire. Just encourage them to take a look as a lead into the presentation. And it's a great follow-up tool, which we're going to talk about a little bit later as well.
And then you wonder, who do you invite to your party? Well, you know what? Everyone you meet can benefit from Vox HPT. Whether it be someone who is struggling with balance issues, suffering with pain, wants more energy, or someone who is healthy and fit and just wants to get that extra rep in at the gym, Vox Life is for everyone. Whether their experiences with Vox Life is profound or minimal, everyone can benefit. Those are your guests.
So your warm market are friends, family, and existing customers. So whether it be to invite your own party, a new product party, launch party, or to host a party for someone else, your warm market is a great starting point. Reach out to people that you know and already have a relationship with. You can advertise on social media, and it was great watching Paul's presentation, giving us some ideas on how to use Facebook and to do some follow-up. But yeah, use your pages, use your own personal pages. Even you can use some of the buy and sells that you might belong to, or Instagram if you belong to Instagram, and Twitter. You can use posters, that old-fashioned way always works good. So if you have some posters, go ahead and do that too. You can reach people by emails, phone calls, and texts as well.
And this is a great time to re-engage old leads as well. Follow up with existing customers, either by phone, text, messenger, emails, to check in with them. At that time, you can invite them to a new product party if there's new products that have just been launched, or to see if they would be interested to host their own party and earn more free product while sharing Vox HPT with others. As mentioned before, Vox Life is for everyone, so anyone can attend or host a party. Now we have a little checklist that we like to go to, so review the guide for a suggestion of what you may need to have on hand for a party. Remember, these are just suggestions of what you can bring to a party, but it doesn't mean that if you do not have them that you cannot host a Sock and Soul party. First of all, there's business cards. These are an inexpensive advertising tool. They are professional and a great way for your clients to have your contact information. You can add your website and Facebook testimonial link to the card as well. It is highly recommended having business cards on hand. This is a must-have in this business, so people have a way to contact you. Product guides, it is important to have a few on hand so that people can see the product and the pricing while they're waiting to place their orders. We recommend putting them out at the end of the presentation once you have done the demos, explained the tech, passed around the demo socks, and while they're waiting order, so not to give them too much information and pricing up front. It's also important to have a proper payment processing machine. This is something that is a must-have, and it is recommended to purchase before any even banners or other display items, because we live in a plastic world, and having debit and credit options can make a difference between selling one item or multiple items. It is also good to have a float on hand to be able to give change to people who are doing cash sales. And then also have an order book or a receipt book. This is also very important. You'll want to issue a manual receipt for an item that you have to order in so that they have a copy and you have a copy. And then you'll also know what to give them and get their contact information for when the product arrives. You can get Vox Life order forms that you will receive a few in your launch kit. You can also order more from the back office, and you can also get any regular receipt book from your Staples store as well. And you also want these because some guests do not take email or text for receipts. So at least this way you have a handwritten receipt to give them as well.
That's right. You're going to also want to bring some demo product with you. And we recommend using a set of large insoles for demo purposes. And the large insoles can accommodate multiple foot sizes. So if you're just going to select one, or you're just starting out and you're going to pick one, grab a large to take along with you. And for demo socks, we recommend, if you're just starting out and if you're able to open up a pair of the athletic crew socks and maybe a wellness sock. Those two will give you the opportunity to highlight the differences out of the packaging between our athletic line and our wellness line, showing a bit of that compression, the arch support, opposed to the expandability, cushioning, and comfort of the wellness sock. And if you already have a copy or a pair of every style of sock open, bring those along too, because they're great to pass around to the guests. And product for sale. So as we mentioned before, it's important to bring product along with you to the party if you have. And if you're unable to, that's okay. You can take those orders and get the product to the client later. If you have banners or testing masks or balance masks, you can bring those along too. Now you're going to want to consult with your host or hostess if you're going somewhere else or the location to make sure you have sufficient room for that. And although that you may not be using or don't have room for that balance mat, It's very visually appealing, but as long as you have the insoles, you're going to be able to do those balance demonstrations. You'll want some type of a display table, depending if it's a dining room kitchen or just a smaller table that you may have in the home. And if you have one of those great red box-like banners or table runners, bring that along. That's really good. So as far as the other items on your table goes, just depending again on your table size and allowable space, use whatever that you have. Just make it look presentable and as professional as you can without being too cluttered.
Okay, and then you'll want to have access to a TV or a laptop. Just check with your host or hostess beforehand to make arrangements for this. And if they don't have anything available, you'll have to just make some kind of arrangement beforehand to see what you're going to do and how you're going to set that up. And then also there are the refreshments. You want to have, if you are hosting, it can be as simple or as elaborate as you like. It could be as, if it's in the middle of the afternoon, it could just be cupcakes and tea, or if you want to do a dinner party, feel free to do a dinner party. The options are really up to you, and they are numerous. And then next is how to conduct a sock and sole party. We're just going to go very briefly through some points. You have the guide there to guide you with that. But one of the first things you do, of course, you want to welcome your guests and get them to fill out the questionnaires upon arrival. Then introduce yourself and introduce Fox Life. Ask the guests to introduce themselves and share why they are there and what they hope to see. Do some demonstrations, then explain the technology. This is a good place to show a video. I like to show that HPT technology video at this time. Explain the companies, the beginnings, and the products. Pass a few products around. Show more videos. The product video is a good one to show at this time. And we will be posting on our Sock and Sole Facebook group some of the recommended videos that we like to use at our parties. And then share some testimonials, either from our testimonial group or some of the videos, if you have access to a video as well, from our website. Share the host reports, sell the products, organize more parties, touch base with them on the business opportunity, and then, of course, do your closing. Thank everybody for coming. And it's also good to leave the party open for 7 to 10 days to just take in some orders that may come in after. And this could also generate more rewards for your host or hostess.
So when we're completing the sale and wrapping up the party, we want to try to set the customers up for success by purchasing multiple pairs. And at the time of purchase, we recommend that you review the questions with the participants to understand their needs and recommend products based on those needs. For example, if you have a senior citizen with mobility issues, they may be better successful with a wellness sock opposed to an athletic sock because it's easier to bend over and be able to get the wellness sock on than maybe the crew sock would be for them. So those type of things. Determining what product is best for that individual and their lifestyle, and what product will work for them to have the most contact with the technology. We're going to recommend wearing the technology as much as possible and multiple pairs to affect this. And the key is the key is to success is to wearing the technology as much as possible. Having a pair to wear while one is being washed is very important. And as we know, most people, if they have one pair, who are diligent enough to washing and wearing on a regular basis. So a couple other things you want to have when you're wrapping up your sales, again, like Janet was talking about before, is those different payment options so that you can successfully make those sales, whether it be credit card, debit card, or cash.
And it's good at this time, again, to touch base again with the 30-day money-back guarantee. Just explain to them, whether they buy one pair or multiple pairs, we do guarantee whether they return one pair back or multiple pairs back. And we want to set them up for success. So it's a good lead in again for discussing that option. But also just make sure that you mention that the patches are not part of that guarantee. And also remember, to have the best experience, you must commit to the experience. And then also you must invite to join people to the testimonial page. While you are completing the sale and adding information to their questionnaire form, invite them to this page. This is a great source for them to see what other people have experienced, and it'll be a great place for them to add their experiences as well. You'll want to confirm that their name on Facebook is also the same as their name that they have on their form, because some people do go by a different name on Facebook. So just another thing to be cognizant of when you're asking them to do that.
All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about the FU, or the big follow-up, as we learned about it on the weekend. So a great way is to start off by sending a thank you email to everybody who attended the party. And you can follow up with what you would like to say. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your purchase, whatever the question or whatever the case may be. You can address perhaps once they've had that opportunity to try the product for a little while, make recommendations to them that perhaps they do get that chance to wear it as soon as they get home, so that when you do your follow-up as well, you can check in with them and see how they're liking that technology. One thing that we can also ask them at that time is about joining the mission. So you can ask the client, how's HPT helping you? How's it working? What are you enjoying about it? You know somebody who has the same situation as you that can benefit from Boxlight HPT. You can talk to them about yourself being an independent associate with Boxlight and how you became part of the business in a similar way. And that there's an opportunity to turn this into a business for yourself, similarly to how you've done it. And if they're open to hearing more about this opportunity, that you would like to tell them some more, or you can send them some additional information by email. So I have a nice short email that I like to send people, just tell them a little bit about the sign up, whether they're a practitioner or whether they're the associate. Also mention that there is no auto ship with this company. That's something we discussed in length also this weekend. What's so great about this company is there is no auto ship. So you do not receive product that you don't want. I like to share with them as well that our company is from Canada and is driven by wellness at the forefront. So keep it short and sweet and have your clients engaged and interested. And if at that time they say no to joining the mission, if you have not already arranged a party with them, then lead into hosting a party as the next option.
Absolutely. At this time, then you can just say to them something like, well, I understand that Vox HPT has really helped you a lot. How about hosting a party where you can earn extra products? Will you help me share with others? I will reward you with your efforts with free product for hosting a party. This is just a few phrases that you can use for trying to encourage them to have a party of their own.
Another great way to follow up with your clients too is with new product. So just let them know that there's new product available to them. And not only are your customers enjoying Boxlight HPT already, they may be very interested in what's new. So for example, I shared this story that using my existing clients, I contacted them and they were thrilled to hear about the Bella Bello option. And 85% of my sales of that product was with existing clients who wanted that option of having HPT without having to wear socks, particularly in the summer. Had I not followed up with them, they never would have been aware of that new option. And it would have been twice as much work for me as well to make those sales because I would have been starting all over again with new clients. So your existing clients, using new product to contact them with is a great way to go about it.
Yep, and I think another thing to follow up at this time as well is testimonials. In your follow-up, ask them again about their story and if they're willing to share their story on our testimonial page, whether it be via video, you could go to their place, videotape them about their great successes, or if they were just willing to put something on that page, because that page is a great resource for everyone. It's always about, go ahead. You go ahead, sorry. We knew we were going to do this at some point, right?
Yeah. Oh, we've been doing so good, Terry.
That's right at the end.
You guys are doing absolutely awesome. That's great. No worries.
So some other things you want to check with them too is about asking them who would like to host a party. So during the party, especially in the reward segment of the guide, you will be talking to the guests about hosting their own party. Be sure to mention that they would earn free products at their party, but the host or hostess of the current party would also benefit from an additional free item when they book and host a Sock and Soul party. Again, when you are completing the sale on a one-on-one basis, ask them if they're interested in hosting a party. Have your calendar on your phone or a hard copy right there. Pick a date that works for both of you. Confirm their contact information so you can send out the guide and the invites to them if they're hosting a party right away, or follow up with them about hosting a party at a later date. So having their contact information is imperative to your business, and follow up is needed.
And that's about it. At that time, you've done your sales and everything, and you just do a little closing. Just say, you know, thanks everybody for coming, and wrap it up. That's
Awesome.
it.
And if it is a launch party, sorry, even if it's a launch party, you want to thank your new associate, because if you're there assisting them, that's a great time at the end too to congratulate them on their first party and thank the people for coming out to support them.
Absolutely. and thank your host or hostess, just depending on what type of party you're having, of course. So
that was
thanks, Terry.
fabulous, lady. That was absolutely spectacular. Again, thank you so much. And we know that, we've studied this, and we, for a couple of years now, and we have seen those that invite people over to their house and share the products, share the technology, and certainly with what we learn, we're going to be better sharers. And as we go forward, we understand our technology. We're learning more how to be compliant and what to say. And again, it's just getting people in the comfort of your home. And the Sock and Soul Party has certainly proven time and time again that it's the quickest way, the most cost-effective way to sell product and to show you the quickest return on your investment. And I know that both you, Janet, and Carla have done a number of parties. Can you maybe say for the listening audience here, sort of what do you think your average has been on a sales number for on average, Janet? I know that probably you've had some great ones, and you've probably had some ones that were a little bit of a stinker, and we all have those. But what would you say on average your Sock and Soul, either one that you've personally hosted or one that you've had somebody on your team go to that you've presented at or shared at, what would you say would be an average night of gross sales?
Well, for the ones that I have done and the ones in, I can't speak for Carla and her team, but I think that head office is bang on. It's usually been around between $600 and $700. So you always seem like you are getting that gold pack for sure. I mean, I had one where there was only 3 people and I still did just under $600. So you just never know. They start thinking about who in their family that they could purchase for and whatnot. And whether it's 2 people or whether it's 10 people, you're going to get good sales. I mean,
so you're talking, Janet, $600 in gross sales and in gross retail sales.
Yes, okay. Exactly. Yeah.
Which
gross
generally
sales,
runs you around $300 profit, correct?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. And how about you, Carla?
From my experience, I've probably been a little bit higher than that, but I really use the leaving the party open for the 7 to 10 days. And what I've found is that oftentimes the same people who have attended the party will buy a secondary pair or even somebody else's a pair or tell somebody else about it. So that's kind of helped to increase my income or my earnings a little bit from the party.
Sure.
So anywhere probably on average, would say that 9 to 1,000.
Good.
On an average.
Now, let me ask you, when you say leave the party open, because I'm open for anybody to buy anytime. So explain to me what you mean with regards to, keeping the party specific as open.
Well, what we would do is talk to the host or hostess and say they said, well, geez, I had 3 or 4 friends that would have really liked to have come, but they couldn't make it to the party tonight. I'll say, well, we'll leave the party open for 7 or 10 days, depending on how you feel. Talk to those people and let them know that they can get in touch with me, and I'll help determine. I'll explain a little bit to them, explain the technology, share some videos with them, and find the product that's best suited for them. And then that's going to be going towards that reward accumulation.
Oh, I
host or hostess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So by leaving it open for 10 days, we don't want to leave it open forever after that, because our host and hostess will be continually getting more and more product for free all the time. But we can keep that open a little bit.
And another reason for just doing a 7 to 10 days, because if you do have to put an order in, I mean, you don't want to put that order in till you have all the order ins, and you don't want to make the customers wait too long either, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's really
that's why you do want to have a closing date. You don't want to just leave it open-ended for sure.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to, I have a question here from Kevin Duguay. Again, similar to what I asked you. What was your best party and why was that the case?
Well, I'll let you answer that, Carla. Well, you've had some big parties, so.
I will have to say that my best party, and this is only because I used to work at the tax department and I was having a party with a bunch of analytical auditor friends that I knew.
You mean you could actually get them to spend their money?
Yeah, well, they all came, but they were quite skeptical, some of them, and some more so than others. And we had a good chuckle about it. And I had them doing the demos because I said, before you haul me out back and burn me in the backyard, you guys get up here and try this for yourselves, because they were super skeptical. And the most skeptical individual at my party, who had the most to say about how she could not believe that this could be possible and this was crazy, ended up deciding that at the end of the party she was interested in looking at becoming an associate. So that was my most I had a hoot with those gals. So.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
And how about you, Janet?
You know, I think the most successful one I had was probably a launch party for one of my associates. It was in she lived in an apartment with a lot of retirees. So they just rented a little room down below with the building that she lived in, and we just got together, and she did quite well. I think she did about 800 in sales. So that was probably the most successful one that we've had.
Oh, that's great. Well, you know what? I have to be honest on this call. I have never done a sock and soul party. And I know that seems I know that seems really strange, but when I started and launched my business, my sock and soul party was basically an event. And we started doing I started doing events, and I set up a committee of people on my team, like, you know, Jen Moyer and Paul Austin and Dr. Sylvia Passfield and my sister and Kevin Dugay. And we didn't know anything about sock and soul parties. We just wanted to get people together to share technology. So we did big, I guess you call them big sock and soul events. And that's how we did it. But I actually have and then, you know, I certainly helped other people on the team when they invited people over their house. I have one girl in particular that did $1,200, almost $1,300 at her first sock and soul party. And she's just, her name is Pauline Besmer-Hahn, and she's just the sweetest thing in the world. And she has a beautiful home. And I said, hey, can you cook? And she's so shy. And she was all excited because I said, hey, just invite some people over and I'll come over and say hello. And she lives in my hometown. And she put on a spread of food that was like a dinner party for 30. It was unbelievable. She had more hors d'oeuvres there and so on. It was just an amazing spread. But the ironic thing is that 13 people showed up. And the average sale per person was about $100. So
that's awesome.
she was just
That's like 3.
And that's very unusual, because normally when people say they're coming, if you say of 7, you're happy to get 5 or 4 that show up. You know what I mean? So it was that's not the norm by any means, but it certainly is exciting when that happens. And I think that you just never know sometimes. But certainly, you know, I have to be honest, I've never ever had one in my home. I looked at a bigger venue and said, hey, I want to try and shoot for, 100 people in a room. But that was just me because I didn't know, anything about how to do a sock and soul party. But there's certainly the bigger events are certainly, bigger, bigger to do and take more planning. And that's why I set up a committee, because we could organize and help. So that was the way sort of, I launched my business. So thank you so much, ladies. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. You're awesome. And it was an amazing event. And now I'm just going to open up the line for a little bit here. So it's 9:14. I want to open up the line for a little bit, and I'll start with both of you since you're live and your mics are unmuted. Just give me a couple quick things about what your biggest takeaways were from this training. And I know that everybody on this call, was not at the training, and hopefully, the recordings will be up from the training, and everybody that wasn't at the training will be able to sit down and watch the training at their leisure, and be able to see maybe and have a little bit better understanding of what maybe you're going to say or what some of the people's takeaways are. So how about you first, Janet?
Okay, well, for me, I love Jay's talk on Saturday about, the positive mental attitude and just getting out there and don't let negative influences get in your way and just do what you need to do. And that was very, very inspiring. I really, really found Dr. DeBrinckett's talk interesting. I love the science and the medical side behind it too. So hearing him talk about the brain mapping and even how it's actually causing neuroplasticity to stay in effect with the long-term effects of it after, doing a brain map from somebody who's been wearing it significantly, and then they take the socks off and he still sees that change in the brain. That that for me was really inspiring. And it's just something that going forward to be able to express that to people and to tell people that, hey, this is what's doing it. It's actually is making some physiological changes in our body, which is pretty incredible, but they've never ever expected that to happen. So
So
those
the
are a
science,
couple of things
so
that
the
I really
science
liked
side,
about it. And of course the whole follow-up, and I like that whole wow concept.
sure.
Pardon me?
Working on wellness. Working on wellness.
Oh yeah,
That's
the wow.
that's great. So the science part of it was pretty intriguing to you, Janet, right? So that's
Yeah. I've
that's
always found that intriguing. So
great. Well, thank you. And how about you, Carla?
I've been thinking ever since I saw Paul's post there on put your, your most, what's the biggest takeaway for you? I've been thinking, man, there was so much that I took away from that. And
Yeah.
I think just, like I know I've been part of Vox Life and I know I'm doing this because I like to help people, but I feel like I just now know what my purpose is. I feel like I belong to that tribe. I feel like I'm all in. I love the positive mental attitude, respect. All of the training was fantastic, but I just feel like so connected to everybody when you get to meet everyone and spend time with them and really connect one-on-one. People are so genuine and kind, and we really are one big family, and it's great to be part of it. So
Yes, isn't it?
that
Well,
for me, it really yeah, it's the real thing.
it's the real deal, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, once again, thank you, ladies. I'm just going to randomly, Carla and Jen, I really appreciate you on such short notice to jump on this again after just getting home. I hope you're not suffering with jet lag or anything like that. But I really, really appreciate you, you guys, what you do so much. But I'm also going to just I'm going to unmute a couple people randomly that I see on my screen here that I know that were at the event, that I'm going to get them to say hello. So I know Jen Moyer was only there for one day. She was there for the first day. So Jen, I don't know whether you can hear me. Can you unmute yourself on the, maybe she can't. Maybe she was there and maybe she's gone. How about Gord? Let me just see here.
Terry?
Okay, hang on one second. Okay, Gord, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself, Gord? Just click on your mic there.
This or mute it.
There you go. I got you unmuted now. Hang on.
Okay.
You're unmuted, Gord. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Terry. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Wonderful. Just taking notes here once again on the Sock and Soul Party. I was just truly elated to be there at the conference. I think one of my biggest thrills amongst many was the integrity and the heartfelt truth of where this company is going and all of the players that are making it work.
Sure.
That was outstanding. And there was just so many highlights of the conference that I can't wait to get back to the next one, but more so tried to implement all of this information that I received. Actually, I'm sitting here committing myself to what am I going to do part-time for the next 24 hours of this week, or maybe 30. So I'm making notes here as to my schedule, and it's all looking pretty impressive and good to me. So it's really given me more of a purpose too of our true self.
Good for you. And so you're taking action
about who you are, and
yeah, so you're taking action. Yeah,
absolutely. And
so motivation was probably a big one for you.
Taking action, and definitely motivation was it, and also new information, a lot to digest. But it certainly makes me want to get a team going and start setting some standards and goals for myself so that I can get on that boat next year or whatever's coming around the corner.
Good for you. Well, that's a goal.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, write it down and look at it every day.
Exactly.
And it'll certainly, you work at it and write it down, it'll certainly come true. I see my my big beautiful sister on there. So I want to know what her takeaway is, because we didn't get a chance to talk that much, Laura. So unmute yourself and let me know what was one of your best takeaways. Can you unmute yourself, Laura? Hit on your mic down at the bottom. There you go. You can hear me
How's
now.
that?
That's good.
I love your backdrop.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Listen, the takeaways could make up a whole training session in and of themselves. But can I just throw a few out there? My takeaway from your talk was we're just getting started. We're just a baby. And we just got to keep moving towards adulthood. That requires action. My takeaway from Paul's presentation was F you.
Yeah. Follow up for sure. Yeah.
AKA follow up.
Yeah.
My takeaway from Ronnie's presentation was don't quit. The only way to lose is to quit. And Jay, I have never in my life seen Jay better at expressing who Jay is as he was on stage this weekend. And when he read those rejection letters, I thought to myself, if anybody thinks that that guy doesn't lead from the front, they're missing the whole gist of it all. When Jay talked about how many mistakes he made in life and how vulnerable he got and how he had to get out of his own way and then continue to take it on the chin. It just makes me know that he's gone before us and it's just totally doable. Like tough times or not. There were a lot of people that made the effort to go. There were a lot of people that didn't get there, so we're going to have to get them up to speed. But thanks to everybody who got there and thanks to everybody who want to know what they missed.
Great. That's so true. Yeah, that's great. I'm, there's, like you said, there's so many takeaways for sure. And Susanna, can you hear me, Susanna? Are you there, Susanna? Hello, Susanna. I'm trying. Can you hear me, Susanna? Hello, Susanna. And muted her, but she can't hear me for whatever reason. So I'm going to take one more here before we shut it down. Let me see if
Hey, Tara, I'm here.
Oh, okay, Jen. I know you were there for the leadership training, and I
Sorry.
know you had an event on Saturday.
I know.
Unfortunately, you couldn't be there, but being the soldier you are, and having that booked, we certainly appreciate your efforts of being there for the first day for the leadership training. So, and I know you that you will be watching emphatically the training from all day Saturday from start to finish when it's finally up there. But what was your takeaway from our training on Thursday and part of the day on Friday there, I guess?
Yeah, I'm so disappointed I couldn't be there, but I was happy to do the event because I knew that my associates were there, right? So, yeah, I am so fired up. I can barely sleep at night, honestly.
I know the feeling. I know. I was so excited about doing this call
Holy
again. It's
mackerel.
So.
Wow. So yeah, the training from Angela Brown was just incredible. Really gave us some good insight into our own personalities and where our strengths are. How to communicate with other people. It was amazing. Of course, the boat cruise was fabulous. Great company, great fun, great food. And then I was only fortunate enough to catch Dr. Mark's presentation, which honestly blew my mind. The findings that him and Dr. Working are finding with Vox HPT. I learned some new verbiage, some new ways to explain the technology. It enhances our nervous system, really, and that's really all you have to say. It enhances your nervous system, and whatever happens to you is the benefit you'll feel. So, yeah, you can tell I'm fired up.
Absolutely. And I think, Jen, I've been friends for a long time, and I think what it always renews in me every time is the importance of events. Events, people are, it's sometimes hard for people to get there. And I know that people, sometimes have to beg, borrow, and steal to get there. But I always talk to people that I know struggle to get there, and it always seems that they are just absolutely elated after being there, that they say it's worth every time, because it truly helps you become 10 feet tall and bulletproof. And, when you go out of there with an inspiration, and that's why events are important, because, life gets at us. And, you start to slide because life pounds away at you, and then you have another event where you get together with teammates and leaders and friends, and you edify each other and you build each other up, and where it's like, okay, we're ready to rock.
It reboots you, right?
It reboots you. Exactly.
Yeah. It renews your belief, everything, why you're involved, why you're here, but we all need a little reboot, right?
Yeah.
Every once in a while. So,
and Kevin Dugay posted here and said, Vox HPT has saved a lot of lives, and met some of these over the weekend. Profound. So you get to meet people that you see on Facebook. Aaron Kell wrote, it was an opportunity to meet and thank people who have posted videos over the last months. These videos kept Aaron informed and motivated. The importance of, I can't, reiterate enough how important, events are. Local events, corporate events, get to them. Sock and Soul parties, they are get-togethers, because you can do them together with teammates and invite people over. So they're like little mini events. So a reboot for sure, Jen, is a great word. I love it. And we missed you on Saturday, girl. But the nice thing
you have no idea how much it killed me not being there.
Yeah, I do know how much.
It killed me.
I know how much it did, but we're going to try. I mean, I spoke with Jay. We had sort of a post training meeting, and we're going to look at getting the next one up and ready to go, and so that people have lots of time to book it and put it in their schedule, so they don't have conflicting schedules or whatever. And we're going to get better at that certainly as a company and as well. So it's certainly good for you that you stuck to your guns and went and did your event with teammates and partners.
Well, and thanks to Lori's husband Glenn, who jumped in there to assist, and a couple of new associates that I took the opportunity to train them, right? So you got to make the best of what you got. And that was a big event. There was over 100,000 people go through that 3-day event, and Vox Life had to be there. So
absolutely, that's fantastic, and thank you for that effort for sure. I mean, Beth Hemmelbacher said we focus on health, not sickness. Vox works on wellness. So W, and that's our new acronym. Wow. Working on wellness. Vox works on wellness. And that's an incredible, Dr. Working was just amazing on stage that day. I mean, he certainly presented in a way that I don't think people will forget what wow is, because when he screamed it in the microphone, I think it scared 3 rows deep. People wanted to, you got it when he said it for sure. But so events are important. Just a couple reminders. Carla Archer is doing a training event in Winnipeg on September 9th. She'll repost it in our Team Voxination page. So there's the training on September 9th. Stan Essexon is doing an event in Orlando, Florida on the 12th and 13th of October. So there's a couple of quick events. There's also some events in Calgary, I believe, on the 15th. So keep your eyes open on the team page. If you want to know what they are, just search on the page, either Winnipeg or Calgary or Red Deer. And usually if the event has been posted in the team page, it will pop up on the feed somewhere in the feed. And of course, use the Team Voxination page as your own. Step up, put some content in there, anything that you feel will help the team, motivate. If you want to put a post of what you took away from the training event in Toronto, please feel free to share with all of us. You have no idea that what you say may indeed affect or help somebody that day. So I certainly appreciate everybody's time tonight. We have now, I'll make one other announcement. Dr. Mark Working and Dr. DeBrincat were doing their practitioner's call on a Monday night, and they didn't realize that it was the same night that I have been doing my call for a year. So Dr. DeBrincat and I spoke. He said he's happy to change it to Tuesday. So starting this week, the practitioner's call will be on Tuesday nights, weekly, starting at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to make a better effort of posting the Zoom call link from Dr. Mark in our team page. For any of the practitioners that may be on our team page, they can get on that call. So I certainly appreciate everybody's time tonight. I hope that the training's up soon. I'm sure that they're just doing some edits and stuff to make sure that it's legible and understandable based on sound. But you can bet that on Team Voxination, we will do our best to keep you informed as to what's going on both corporately and team-wise. So I thank you, Carla. I thank you, Janet. I thank all of you for being on this call tonight. We certainly have a great mission. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I know that Jay does too. And #OneTeam. We're all one team on this mission to help 1 billion people. So thanks, folks. Enjoy your evening, and I look forward to talking and seeing you people all again very soon. Good night, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to unmute everybody so we can do our normal good night. You are
Good night,
all
everyone.
unmuted.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bay.
Jim Bob.
Night, Elizabeth.
Good night, Elizabeth. Good night, Betty. See you guys.
Night.
Thank you.